Hello everyone. Welcome to this new meditation video from Evo Faith. Today we begin a series on prayer and what it means to pray when our understanding and experience of God is changing. The purpose of this meditation is to work more deeply with the content from Wednesday's podcast and move from information to personal experience. In the next few weeks, the focus of our meditations will be the old prayer acronym ACTS. A for adoration, C for confession, T for thanksgiving, S for supplication. In each week, we will redefine these practices and seek to move into deeper and more vibrant experiences of prayer as a result. This meditation is based on the A in ACTS, but we'll be seeking to shift from adoration to a deeper and more transforming awareness. So let's begin. Get into a comfortable position that still allows you to be alert and engaged enough to enter this practice mindfully. Still and ground yourself by slowing down your mind, breathing more deeply and intentionally, and opening your hands, perhaps on your lap. Now let's begin to focus our minds by contemplating the following questions, giving each as much time as needed. Feel free to pause the video as you work with each question if that helps you to relax and release any time pressure. The first question is this: how has your view of God changed over time? How is it changing now? Consider that for a few moments. The second question: how has your changing picture of God affected your prayer practice? Sit with that for a few moments. And now question 3. What would you need for prayer to be more meaningful and life-giving in your spiritual journey right now? Sit with that for a few moments. And now let's offer a short prayer together. Feel free to speak these words out loud with me, or if you'd prefer, you can remain silent and pray in your mind. If you prefer just to sit in silence and stillness and skip over the prayer, that's okay too. Sacred Spirit, we remember and celebrate your presence and life that permeates all creation and fills our lives. We thank you that there is nowhere we can go where you are not. There is nothing we can do to separate ourselves from you. We and all things are sacred because that is the simple reality of our universe, whether we see it and recognize it or not. Today we honor and give thanks that we live in a world where we can stumble into experiences of awe, wonder, and amazement at any moment. We praise the beauty, truth, and goodness that fill the cosmos and that point us to the sacredness within us and around us. May our hearts and eyes be opened so we may see with a new awareness the blazing light of glory and mystery in ourselves, others, our world, and our universe. Amen. Take a few moments now to review your experience of adoration. Remember the motivations that your spiritual mentors taught you for this kind of prayer, and bring to mind any particularly meaningful experiences of praise that you enjoyed. Consider also any times when the practice of adoration may have felt empty, unhelpful, or just somehow off. What made these moments positive or negative for you? Now consider the God to whom your adoration was, or perhaps still is, directed. What role does praise play in your connection with God? How has your practice of adoration changed over time as your picture of God has changed? Is there anything you would want to do to make adoration a more meaningful practice in your life? And now, begin to consider making the shift from adoration as an end in itself to adoration as a path to a deeper and more vibrant awareness of beauty, goodness, truth, mystery, and sacredness. What would it mean to release the idea that God commands or needs your praises? What would you want to do right now to free yourself from any feeling that you need to placate God or win God's favor by your adoration? Consider what kind of praise practice would make sense to you. How could you use your practice of adoration as a means to become increasingly aware of the sacredness within you and around you? How might this expanded awareness empower you to live more intentionally your most sacred life? And now, as we begin practically to put the principles of today's meditation to work in our lives, I invite you to participate in a practice of adoration now. I'll speak a sentence and then allow a few moments of silence for you to respond with your own prayers of praise. Feel free to pray out loud or silently in your mind. Sacred Spirit, we celebrate the divine energy of life that fills our cosmos and our lives. We are awed and amazed at the blazing light of glory that so often breaks into our lives unannounced and unexpectedly. We praise you for the divine image and likeness within us, and for giving us the capacity to experience the sacredness within ourselves, our neighbors, and our world. Keep our eyes always open to see, and our hearts always ready to receive the miracle of sacred awareness. Amen. Now, as we come to the end of this meditation, I encourage you to continue doing this work. Like any areas of our lives where we seek mastery, daily practice is the key to growth. So if you want to develop a keener awareness of the sacred and experience living a sacred life more consistently and consciously, setting a daily spiritual practice routine is essential. And since we're working with prayer, I recommend that you take a few moments each day to write a short prayer of adoration or praise. You can write a new little prayer each day, or create a longer prayer throughout the week, adding a line or two each day. It doesn't matter which you choose. What does matter is that the prayer is built around the practice of adoration and that it helps you to open yourself to a new and deeper awareness of awe, wonder, beauty, truth, goodness, and/or God. And now as we return to our daily routines, let's go out and nurture our practice of adoration as a way to expand our awareness of the sacred within us and around us. Thank you for sharing in this practice, and stay connected to the sacred.